I'm delighted to be welcoming Barry Watkins. He brings a wealth of experience in a unique blend of product marketing, management skills with a creative background that he's now put into practice in helpful engineering. It's a over 3,500 strong volunteer organization of engineers, scientists, and doctors around the world that is dedicated to helping the world address the COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you, Barry, for joining us today. I look forward to your contributions. Over to you.
Thank you, Christina, and thank you to everybody else on the panel. I mean, I'm surrounded by a great group of people here today, and learning a lot so far, and I expect to learn more. Talk a little about helpful engineering here. I assume you can see my screen. I'm Barry Watkins. I'm operations co-lead and QA/RA lead for helpful engineering. We started back in early March, and when they launched this on a Wednesday with about 35 people, put some information out with a number of, through Reddit and a number of other different other sources. And by the end of the weekend, we'd gotten over 2,000 people who had joined. I kind of joined on between those and kind of hopped in early, and was quite shocked by the explosive growth of it all. I mean, I knew that there was a lot of us out there that were looking to try to solve the problem with what was going on with the COVID-19 crisis, and there were a number of people that joined. We managed to get up to over 6,000 volunteers at its peak, and we're kind of back down to about 3,500. We've got about 16,000 people following our Slack channel. And so it's a pretty large organization that, as we've talked with some of the others have spoken about already, we've seen a definite peak, and now we're kind of dropping back off on the interest level as people have to go back to their real jobs, and as things start slowly opening up and the world is available to people again. Some of our volunteers have started to move back out and do their real jobs again. But as an organization, what we're trying to do moving forward is support a large number of projects and continue to support them as we go forward in a number of different levels. So one second here while I get to our mission statement is that we're an international open source community incubator focused on mobilizing people to help solve COVID-19 pandemic and other critical issues with thousands of volunteers worldwide. And we're supporting projects through innovations in engineering, community resources, software, and manufacturing. So one of the first things that we managed to put out was the Origami face shield mask. Face shield, and this is a product that is able to be anybody who can work with PET plastics can work with this. These units went out for about $1 a piece in face shields, and were able to be flat packed at 100 a piece within packs, and was a very quick and easy, effective way to provide kind of disposable PPE in a format that can be used by not just hospitals, but a lot of other nursing homes and other things that weren't ready to spend the big money on expensive face masks. The next thing that we ended up working on is the mask project. And this is a respirator that uses a reusable filter disc. These are going to come out at approximately somewhere between cost of around $15 with replaceable discs that would come out at a cost of about $1 a piece. These are both all of our projects that we're putting out with the various groups that we're working with are open source. This project has now moved into working with another group as well to put this forward as an open source project that any manufacturer can go ahead and grab the plans for and build. We've got started with a number of guiding principles that we were working with that was mainly to keep an open community where other groups can join us or leave us as they wish, and get a number of services that we help provide for different groups. And so the way we managed this was through kind of an incubation model. So we have the idea of a swarm, which is a number of projects that can come in there and work with us, and we provide a certain level of project support to swarms, mainly kind of off-the-shelf QA and RA information, the ability to get to look at our group of volunteers and potentially go into our Help Wanted and a few other channels and grab volunteers that you're looking for to help your project. Then we've also set up, like I said, a tiered view where those swarm projects can apply to be brought into our incubation model. So what we do is we build a project, we have a project registry, a project selection process, and a moderation process that allows us to pick from the large group and grab a number of groups that can get additional help from us. And that additional help can be communication support, marketing support, QA, RA, the help of actual people who will come in and help you work and do QA, RA, some legal help, help with recruiting, DevOps and software engineering help, help with fundraising, finance, international relationships with our teams, and strategy and leadership help. We also have a medical team, a software support team, and a hardware support team that become available to those that get through that next set, gets through that first gate of products that decide to come on board. And those people that join us have to agree to set a certain set of standards I won't go into here, but it's kind of a higher level of QA and RA, regulatory support for your product. And so if you agree to accept this level of help from us, then we are happy to work with you. So the selection process is we go through and do a call for proposals about bi-weekly. Then those people get those projects get rated on a scale with a number of different metrics, and then they get those projects get championed by the larger group. So, some of the criteria is for potential impact on society, how likely you are to be addressed within the industry, what your scalability is, the strength of your team. Those kinds of things all come together to help out, to help us select which projects will go forward. So far, we've done ventilators, respirators, face shields, oxygen concentrators, swabs. All of this, by the way, you can go look at the projects on helpfulengineering.org. And so we just have a number of different things that we've really been able to help projects with. And with that, I will keep this brief and allow this to go back to the others so that they can go ahead and continue forward with what they have to say. Thanks.
Thanks a ton, Barry.